Stand by, everybody. One more. I had to.
What you're about to hear are stories told from each individual, where nothing is off limits. Anything goes. This is Snowman Unfiltered.
It is indeed Snowman Unfiltered. I'm a little somber this evening because you just I titled this episode What Real Men Do and What Real Men Experience, because apparently in another manosphere far, far away, we're not supposed to show emotion. We're not supposed to feel anything. We're not supposed to experience anything. All we're supposed to do is just be robots and keep going. Well, guess what? That is just not going to happen. Real men actually feel things. Real men actually go through emotions. I talked last night about how I lost my daughter on 2 occasions, once to a forced adoption and the other to death. Well, I got one hell of a curveball tonight. And I told the people who I needed to tell. And all I'm going to say is, Cheyenne, this one's for you, baby girl. Please subscribe to the channel, like this video. And if you're feeling so kind, please donate to the Cash App, because my family needs y'all right about now. You know something real men experience? Emotion. Lots and lots of emotion, especially when something happy, sad, traumatic, angering happens. But yet, when you show said emotion, there are women that look at you like you have the problem. And you could just look up and go, what? You know what I was told by an ex? After she basically embarrassed me on a sales call, and I went completely off. It's one of those times. It was one of those times where I couldn't help it. I couldn't control myself. I screamed at the top of my lungs. You know what this bitch did? She looked at me calmly and said, "You have anger issues." I swear to God, the highway never looked so good when I was on it, getting as far away from her as I can. And I had a game to do that night in Michigan City. Well, if I were going to make that game, I had to get away from from the woman who caused me such distress, and then had the nerve to look at me like I had the problem. Dr. Charles Faulkner posed a question. He posed a couple of questions in his chat, and thank you to the folks that have come over from his chat tonight. The question that he posed was, for young black men, and I'm going to add an older black man too. How many times have you lived with your mom and she never gave you a key or any kind of freedom, but gave your sister, but gave your sister not only the key but access to the car and all kinds of stuff, every freedom you can think of. You know what my mom did to me in 2011 when I had to move back home from Gary, Indiana? She had me apply for food stamps, which I did. Then took my card. All you do is waste money, she said to me. If I had it, I can actually put groceries in the house, which I know you won't do. Being told that you won't do something without even having a chance to prove yourself. Look into and through the eyes of a black woman that is supposed to be close to you. Doesn't matter if it's your mom or someone you're dating. Don't matter if it's a relative or someone you're dating. Every time, almost every time, you think you're getting somewhere, and then she comes along and snatches the rug up from under you. And as Kevin Harlan says best on a big jump shot, right between the eyes. You're right, Sick. That was a setup. That was a hell of a setup. You know, I never saw that card again until I moved to LaPorte, Indiana. I asked Mom once if I could use the car to go to a game. She said, nope, find a way there on your own. My sister asks her to use the car. Mom doesn't even blink. Doesn't even blink. Why? My nephew. Since I didn't have a child, I don't need the car. So I rented a few cars. When I had the budget, I rented a few cars. Louis Conyer, good evening to you. Sig Diggy, good evening to you. Victor Locke, what's up, brother? Ilongo Savage. Andrew, good evening to you. Good evening to everybody that's here. And I hope more pop up because I still have some things to say. This is episode 2 of Snowman Unfiltered. And by liking this video, sharing it out, putting the link out to people and getting more people to come in, and dropping a couple of cash apps that will help my family and help our cause. You not only support me, you support my family, which includes my daughter Cheyenne. And again, I go back to, yet we're told as black men, we're not supposed to feel anything. We're not supposed to have any emotion. That's bullshit. That's some grade A homogenized Holstein bullshit. I've been made fun of for years for showing my emotion. And at age 50, I didn't care then, and I sure as hell don't care now. Best advice I ever got from family members was to be myself. And I'm doing just that. I will admit the fact that it took me a while to find out who I am because of some things that have happened. I'm going to be jumping all over the place, but when my dad died in 2007, it was like a light switch went out. One light switch went out on my mother and another one came in and another one turned on. I get a job with CPS, Chicago Public Schools, in 2008. I'm living in Gary, Indiana. No, my mom said, "Oh, good, you got a job. You can start paying me back the money that you owed me." What? And people wonder why I never went into Chicago as much as I did. Only time I went, and Victor can vouch for me. Only time I went to Chicago is if I had an assignment. That's it. Because I can guarantee if my mother ever got wind that I was in Chicago, she would be calling me asking me to stop by. And if I didn't, there would be a guilt trip or an attempt at a guilt trip. There would be an attempt at a guilt trip. You don't visit your mother that often anymore. Yeah, I wonder why. Nothing is free, even from those who are supposedly family. Ain't that the truth, Victor? And Victor, you know more than most how my mother operated, especially after Pops died. I told this last night, I will tell it again. The day that my daughter was born, March 6, 2013, everybody that I called said congratulations and welcome to fatherhood. The last person I called was my mother. Know what she said to me? I didn't get a congratulations. I didn't get a what's her name. What I got from my mother was, are you going to be there for her? Let that sink in, gentlemen. Let that sink in, gentlemen. You welcome a beautiful baby girl, and your own mother says, are you going to be there for her? Because of a narrative that varies case by case. Exactly, Alongo. The fuck? And that's all I got from her. When I had to move back home late March 2013 because of Liz's aunts not wanting me around, basically trying to erase me out of her life. Oh, I didn't tell the best part. This is how bad it got. Living in Indy with my girlfriend and my child, I got a knock on the door. Want to know who was at the door? Child Protective Services. What's up, A Pizzle? Yeah, y'all heard me right. 2 weeks after my child was born and the family met my child, the only two women in that family who gave a damn about me were my girlfriend and my child. Everybody else blew me off. And in the midst of all that stress, there was a knock on the door one afternoon. Who was at the door? Child Protective Services of Indianapolis. We had just gotten her home after Donna had a 2-week stay at the hospital. She had a 2-week stay in NICU. We finally get her home, and Didn't even have her home a week, and we get a knock on the door. And I said, I want to know who made the phone call to you or registered the complaint. We're not allowed to tell you that. Well, you're not allowed to come in this apartment. You know, it took Liz talking me down off the edge, saying, let's see what happens. What real men experience. What real men experience is something like that. What do you do when you're thrown up against the wall and a firing squad is waiting for you? You fire back. You fire back in any way that you can. And at age 50, that's what I'm doing now. I'm firing back. I am very happily married. I have my children. I have my grandchildren. And now we're just trying to get back on our feet. I've got socked with blood clots in both my lungs. I got socked with pancreatic cancer, and I beat them both. And now my daughter Cheyenne's going through the fight. Believe me, if we could do it, I'd fly us out to Los Angeles to see her right now. I need you guys' strength right now with everything that's going on. What's up, AB Media? Salute to you. Why am I so hell-bent on making this work? And getting back to doing this full-time for a living? As I explained last night, I got declared disabled, but I'm just not getting any damn financial benefits for it. And I decided I'm going to fight back my way. I'm going to fight back using what I know best, my voice and my microphone. As I talked about last night, I nearly quit several times recently. And as I discovered, a part of that reason was lack of confidence in doing this. Because as A Pizzle and AB Media and Longo Savage can all tell you, when a man gets on YouTube and starts talking real, there's a firing squad waiting for him to try to take him out, to try to take him off of YouTube so he's not successful in doing so. I talk sports for the most part. And I do it in a very unfiltered, honest fashion. People get touchy about that sort of thing. But when you're trying to build a brand, especially using a weapon called YouTube, the rug is constantly trying to be pulled out from under you. Because you do not give in to the drama. Because you do not give in to the bullshit. Because you speak the truth about what's going on around you. Ryan McCorfey, what's going on? Because you speak the truth about what's going on around you. You speak the truth about what's going on within you, like I am tonight, and will do hell every night There are some nights I'll do Snowman Unfiltered and I only go a half hour, but I'm going to do it. But when a man, a real man, let's take color out of the equation. When a real man says, you know what? Hey, if these other people can use YouTube, why can't I? Especially an epistle. I know you can back me up for this, especially when it comes to sports talk. Because now all these networks are streaming via YouTube, trying to take all the little guys out of the equation. I have a very dear friend named Rod Peterson who took a gamble on himself and says, screw it, I'm going for it, using my show and my friend's company. And I admire Rod Peterson for that. Flex Zone Podcast in the house. There are some guys y'all need to follow. So if you get a chance, subscribe to their channel too. But I am sick and fucking tired of seeing men who put in the work, who put in the grind to build a brand on YouTube only to be snuffed out, rubbed out, and erased by these damn drama channels. Speak ye the truth and shame the devil. That's how I live. The truth shall make you free. Well, I'm a free motherfucker then. Because I refuse to give in to the bullshit. I absolutely refuse. Do you know how many men go through toxic relationships? But you won't talk about that, will you, Amiri? You won't talk about that, will you, Amiri? Nope. You know how many men get abused? You won't talk about that either, will you? You sure won't. All these drama channels, all of these drama channels, all of them, especially the channels that beat down black men. You know why all those channels exist? To try to get us off of our purpose. To try to steer us away from what the truth is, from what's going on in the community, as I've heard said a few times. And I'm goddamn tired of it. I am goddamn tired of it. I'm hoping Charles Faulkner drops by tonight. I'm so tired of seeing men get the shaft in so many ways. I'm talking about the hardworking ones, the real ones, the ones that put in the work, that put in the grind, that know what they're worth, that know what they want. There's a concept for you. Men that know what they want and try to get convinced otherwise. Been there. As soon as I changed my major to speech and theater and broadcasting, you know how big of a side eye I got from my mother? Hell, you know how much of a side eye I got from my sister? And how many times they told me, well, you were supposed to be in computer science. Well, what if I didn't like it? What if I decided for myself, fuck this shit, I'm out. I'm going to major in something I love, which has led to a career that's now going into its 28th season. picked up quite a few lessons along the way. And I can honestly tell you, as long as I have been a sports talk host and a play by play announcer, the only two women that fully supported me all the way through, one of them gave me a child, and I married the other. I married the other on June 25th, 2019. I'll never forget what Jody reminds me every day. You better chase your dream. Not a question, a statement. A statement of you have to do this. I want to see you do this. AB Media, I can tell you computer science is not for the faint of heart. That's the truth. That's the truth. But let me pose a question to the gentleman in the chat here. Has a woman ever told you that she wants you to chase your dreams and stuck by you all the way? Put a one in the chat if you've had that. Or if you have that. Because I can honestly tell you it's the toughest thing to find. And it led to me nearly walking off a cliff because I couldn't find it. Well, she found me. She found me. And I'm so happy she did. I tell Jody all the time, I know Donna would have adored you. And I know my dad would have adored Donna, my little baby. Let me ask this question of the gentleman. Have you ever felt you've been robbed of something you thought was a God-given right to you? I felt like I've been robbed twice of being a father. And I can't tell you how many times living in my mom's house from 2011 to 2014, I've had so many days where as soon as she left to go to her exercise class, I got a shower, got dressed, and got the hell out of the house. I grabbed my equipment and my laptop and bolted. Because had I even thought of trying to sleep in, and I could be, there are days I know I could be as tired as all get out. I would catch a nap on the bus ride to the train station. I'd catch a nap on the L heading into Chicago. But I wasn't staying in that house. I wasn't staying in that toxic environment all day. I was not going to do it. I didn't care what it took. Led to me being homeless for a couple of years. But I wasn't going back to that house. I was not going back to that house, no matter what. Because had I gone back to my mother's house, I'd have been berated for being over 40 and not having anything to show for it. Those were her exact words to me a couple of times. And she said it with a bone straight face. She was dead ass serious when she said that. She was dead ass serious. No support whatsoever for what I do. And here's the kicker. Here is a kicker. The couple of years I covered the Bulls, my sister asked me to get her tickets to a Bulls game when they were playing Miami because LeBron James was on the Heat at the time. I looked my sister in the eye and I said, I am not doing that. Well, why not? You're involved in media. Exactly. I'm involved in media and it's going to stay that way. This is something I found to be true over the years. A black woman hates to be told the word no. Hell, some people in general, a lot of people in general hate to be told the word no. But when I told Nicole, my sister, I am not risking my media pass for you in Remington, and that's final. When I got back to the house from the United Center that night, I got lambasted by my mother verbally. And I said, is there a reason you're laying into me like this? Because you wouldn't help your sister out. Mom, most of the tickets are accounted for anyway. Why do you think there's a sellout streak? And her response to me was, oh, you could have found a way. Found a way, huh? I just thank the Lord I didn't or wouldn't. As I said, I'm jumping all over the place. Drop a like when you come in or share this stream. I don't know how long I'll be on tonight. And now another baby girl of mine is going through the cancer fight. Don't know all the details yet, but Cheyenne, honey, we're pulling for you. Pops will do whatever he has to do. Even if it's just moral support, we're here for you. It's tough when men get absolutely tired. I'm going to throw the link out there for folks who want to come up and have a chat. I got a few minutes. But men aren't robots. Real men aren't robots. Not with everything that's been thrown and being thrown at us. Some of the stuff that's been thrown at us has been thrown at 100 miles an hour. I know it sounds like I'm on on the verge of tears, but it's how I feel right now. I've said this over and over again. I'll continue to say it because it's so true. Sometimes you just get tired. Sometimes you just get tired. And guess what? I'm tired. I'm tired of seeing all the bullshit play out in the bullshit's favor. You know what, folks? I think I'm just going to call it a night early. I'll do this again tomorrow. I promise. I am not focused. I'm thinking about my daughter Cheyenne and my wife and everything that's going on. So I'm going to crash early, take the night to process this, and then I'll come back stronger tomorrow.